It's your boy, Jeff Jones.
You know what time it is. It's the upset specialist, Thomas Boykin.
Always and forever, who? Mike Jones.
And this is 234 Sports Talk. Let's talk about it, fellas. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about this, man.
All right, fella, we just saw the past weekend. Mike Jones, your Tennessee Vols got busy and took out Alabama, just like we predicted they would, because they were playing cupcakes. But until now, they've been exposed by your Tennessee Vols. Well, in that game, at the end of the game, and we know that every time you take down a team that's ranked higher than you, that the fans like to storm the field. The fans came down and stormed the field. Alabama wide receiver Jermaine Burton takes it upon himself to smack a young lady upside the head. I don't know if anything was said. I don't know if anything provoked it, but it wasn't necessary. What's your take on, first of all, let's talk about this incident, and then let's talk about this big win for Tennessee.
First off, why are you losing your emotions? You lost the game. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to change it. You're taking out your frustrations on somebody that has no relevance on what you're doing. So I think they need to deal with him accordingly. Myself personally, because as an athlete aspiring to be a professional athlete, you got to keep your emotions in check. Plain and simple. I can understand you being, disappointed because you lost a big game, but that don't give you the right to even in a fury smack somebody and hit. Nah, that's unacceptable. Especially with it being a lady at that. In this day and age, we already got too much going on with that. And it's consequences to be dealt with. And now you're going to put yourself in a position to be part of the statistics that's going on with that. I don't get it. I don't understand the rationale. Understand they're still kids, but you still got to think. Your coach is still teaching you to think at all times. What you got on it, Mike J?
Yeah, Thomas, I agree with you, man. Especially in high school, college, and junior high, and all those programs prior to become a professional athlete, coaches, they have a bigger job than just the X's and O's on the field. You have to sit and you have to teach these young men how to conduct themselves in life and how to control their environment or what they do outside of football. And granted, this was football, but the game was over. And like you said, Thomas, he went on to hit this female. And I also heard he had swung at some dude or something. I don't know. It was something else going on with him as well. But like you said, man, you're a man, and you're a big old 6'2", 6'3" athlete, and you smacking a woman right there. That's saying, like you said, Thomas, that's saying something about his character. Have you been doing this before to some female to where it makes it comfortable for you to throw your hand up at her? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like you said, Tom, that could easily, and it may or may not hurt his career, but that's something. These NFL scouts and stuff like that, they gonna look at that type of stuff right there. Now you causing your team, they need you at the wide receiver position. Now you sitting up there and you probably gonna cause your team, and you could cause your team in the future, not having you, because something's gonna have to be done about that. You just can't let that walk away. And I'm pretty sure that female's not gonna let that just walk away.
Absolutely.
So yeah, he like you said, man, he saw Devontae Adams kind of do something similar to that. Sometimes people, what they see on TV, they emulate. You know what I'm saying? So, not just was uncalled for.
And what type of disciplinary action do you guys feel he deserves for this, for his actions? Think it should be a suspension? You think he should be kicked off the football team? And let's remember too, the young lady could be just like the guy in the Devontae Adams situation. She could file charges against him.
That's why I said we're right back to, we're right back. We just watched this with Devontae Adams, like you just said. We just watched that. You should have been paying attention while that was going on to see what not to do. But you still following the footsteps, so now you want to be part of the statistics that's going on. I don't understand the logic behind it when the precedence has already been set.
Right.
So it's baffling to me. It's just baffling to me.
Right. I tell you what, Jones, usually in those college athlete situation, when they do stuff like that, usually they're out. Either they get kicked off the team or they are out until investigations can be done. So this was caught on tape. This was not a hearsay, she say. They got some footage of him hitting this lady, so he could be done. You know what I mean? He could be done. I don't know. Just giving him a suspension that's not gonna make some people happy. It reflects back on the University of Alabama. So they might have no choice to say, hey, look, your year is done here, or and I know you like to give players a second chance, man. And I don't know. I think you might have to sit and sit them and say, hey, these are the things that you're gonna have to go to some counseling, even though he might not have an issue, or he may. You're gonna have to go through some stuff to get back on the team, and that's where I see it heading.
He definitely gonna face. You always hear coaches talking about, breaking team rules and things like this. Definitely part of that protocol. He can definitely probably face the end of the, like you said, he might not see the field the rest of the season. He may not. We don't know. We don't know how Alabama's going to rule it.
Right.
So we'll just have to wait and see. In the words of my co-host Jeff Jones, we have to wait and see what happens.
Well, fellas, I feel like this. As a dad that has daughters, I don't condone any guy putting his hand on a woman. Right. I don't condone violence, period, but especially a guy, putting his hands on a woman. That really gets under my skin when I see stuff like that or hear stuff like that happening. This fella, he did the wrong thing, and whatever he gets, he honestly deserves. There's no room in this world for that type of behavior. None.
No.
Point blank.
No.
All right, fellas, moving right along. The game. Tennessee. It didn't shock any of us.
No.
Tennessee, what do you think about Tennessee? And might I add, Tennessee moved up in the rankings to number 3. Number 3. So what do you guys take on the game itself?
He right behind them Buckeyes. I hear him coming. I hear footsteps back there. But in my prediction last week, I reiterated that Mr. Hooker was going to have his Heisman moment against Alabama. And he did everything I expected him to do. He drove his team down the field in 30, 35 seconds to get in field goal range? And then your kicker kicks a knuckleball to win the game? Unbelievable. I have yet to see a field goal where the ball turns sideways going through the uprights. I got yet to see this. They got the job done. Hats off to them, man. That's a big win. That's a big, big win.
Rocky Top.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, Thomas, I agree, man. That was the ugliest, nasty. That ball was going.
Right.
Hey, it looked slow. It looked lethargic. It had all the makings of just dying right Can you hear
Right,
that?
exactly.
Man, hey, it's your day when you can sit and make that ball go that far looking that ugly. But like you
Right.
said, that was a big win in that program history. And people, some of the fans, Alabama fans, say, "Oh man, everybody gets our best." And true that, you Alabama. But at the same time, it was not about them just beating Alabama. It was about the struggle for 15 years. That's
Yep.
what that was about. Turn the goalpost down. It wasn't that, if they beat Alabama again in the near future, I don't see them yanking no goalposts. But they had to get that monkey off the back, man. And that's what the frustration was. And it was just relief. I talked to so many of my fellow ball fans, man. I'm talking about grown men talking about they cried after the game. So
Wow.
Hey.
it's just that huge. And like you said,
Yeah.
Thomas Thane, it is good to be in that company with the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? We started
Yes,
to get
indeed.
we got our fraternity wings. You know what I mean? We just got to finish the deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, fellas.
My biggest thing right now, I love what the Volunteers are doing. They had the big win this week. I just don't hope. I hope for their program's sake that they don't have that mental letdown this week,
Oh
because that thing can happen. That's real.
that's
To
real.
win a big emotional game and then turn around and lose to somebody that you know you're supposed to blow.
Right.
So I'm hoping they stay on this win streak, man, because them boys work hard, and they've come a long way from suspensions and scholarship cuts. Them boys done come a long way.
Right. And man, it's a process in this thing to become champions. Like you said, they had to learn they had to get over that hurdle with Florida. Every game becomes bigger and bigger. Like you said, Tom, the pressure starts to add. The people sitting talking about how great you are and all this. As a young man, are you gonna start allowing that to affect your game out on the field? Are you not gonna? Are you
Exactly.
gonna stop working hard because you think you've arrived? There's a whole lot of more football to be played, and I wouldn't take anybody on that schedule lightly. And I'm pretty sure that the coach is gonna have them focused, man, because they know, man, it's still a long way to go.
If you sit and look at this thing, man, it's striking how Tennessee's season almost is looking like Texas with Vince Young.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost walking a parallel line to it, man. It's crazy, but I'm happy for them, man. I'm happy they got that monkey off their back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
That's number one. I'm happy about that.
All right, fellas.
Oh, go ahead.
What you got, Mike Jones?
Now I was gonna just throw this in there, man. I look at Tennessee and the buzz about Tennessee is they saying this team, it reminds them of the 1998 Tennessee Vols that won the championship. Well, me personally, I don't think I look more at that Oklahoma Sooner where the head coach Josh Heupel was the quarterback. They pretty much are doing the Vols are doing the exact same thing almost what they did. Oklahoma they sucked all the way up until Bob Stoops became their head coach. That first season, Bob Stoops went like 7-5 or 6-6 that first year he was head coach with those players that people had wrote him off for dead. Then that second year he comes in and he wins the national championship. That's the trajectory that I see the Vols being on this year. They got the blueprint and they got the head coach to say, "Hey, I've done it. I've been there. Believe in me. We're gonna get you a national championship. I've done it."
Well, they look real good. They look really good, man. From the quarterback position to number 11, man. My man put in work.
Hey, my man Hyatt could not be covered.
He put in a Randy Moss day
at all.
Hey, he looked like Randy Moss out there.
Yes, he did.
Man,
he was in the zone out there.
Line of scrimmage. Up, hand up, I'm open.
Man. I think they had all 11 guys on him, and he still caught the ball.
Man, listen. I know the one part of that game my heart fell out was when they made the handoff and dropped the handoff and the guy scooped it up and ran it in. I was like, oh no, we can't lose like that, man. We can't lose like that. I'm like, but they made up for it. It's all good.
Definitely.
Definitely the other parts of that game, your man showed me why he won the Heisman last year.
Oh
yes.
My
God. Oh my God, dude. Whoo, this dude was Tennessee was blitzing and blitzing and blitzing, and he was still finding open guys. I'm like, this cat's Houdini. I'm like, man, this cat, how do you're blitzing this cat, you're moving him off the spot, and he's still getting the job done.
Definitely.
Hats off to him too, man. Hats off to him too, because he played a whale of a game.
He did.
Man, great game from both teams, man.
Oh,
both teams really came and played solid football games. Just, it's only one winner, most of the time.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so and I know Mike Jones was glad it was Tennessee, Rocky Top.
I was glad it was Tennessee. I always love to see Alabama get beat, trust me.
Yeah, well, I feel like this, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for Tennessee, man. Like Mike said, getting that monkey off their back. Fellas, we got some more business to discuss on today. As we know, NBA season officially started on the 18th of October. Got a couple games under their belt, and everybody been discussing the Lakers. What do you project the Lakers will finish when it's all said and done? You think they'll make the playoffs? They'll miss the playoffs? What's the situation as far as what do you think about the Russell Westbrook situation? Charles Barkley just recently said that he feels as if the Lakers have taken the joy out of playing the game from Russell Westbrook. How do you guys feel about that?
Absolutely. The Lakers, I love the Lakers. I'm a diehard Laker. Been loving the Lakers for years, since the Magic Johnson era. Right now, the Lakers are in a place where they're not in a position to even compete. You're out there, but you're not in a place where you can compete for a title. There's too many teams that you don't have an answer for. And the Russell Westbrook issue is not about Russ. You're asking Russ to do something that Russ has never done in his NBA career. He has never played slow down ball, ever. Russ plays basketball at 100 miles an hour. If you ain't got guys that play at 100 miles an hour, Russ can't get a rhythm. Russ gets in his rhythm at that speed. If you don't have any guys that play at that speed, you're hindering his game. And you're taking LeBron and AD and all these cats that's used to run a half-court sets. That's not Russ' game. You knew that when you brought Russ in. So now what you have to do, in my mind, as a Laker fan and as a basketball enthusiast, you got to put guys around Russ that play at 100 miles an hour. And them guys, you traded away. All them cats that play at that speed, you traded away. So you just handcuffed yourself. Plain and simple. So I don't see the Lakers getting it done at all this year. We're looking at another trashy season again. Since the bubble, we've done absolutely nothing. What you got on it, MJ?
Yeah, I can't knock anything that you just said. You told the truth on this. And like you said, it's not on Westbrook. The fans, man, they every time you take a shot, man, they booing, and it's hard to play ball like that, man. And then as far as the Lakers themselves, Ham, man, he's gonna have to sit and do a outstanding coaching job. I want him to be more like a Tyrone Luke. Don't sit and give in to them guys because they veterans. LeBron, he's billionaire and all these guys. Man, sit up there and put your stamp on this team, man. And make this team work. I mean, granted, there's some old some old cats, man. But
The geriatric crew, bruh.
right,
The geriatric crew. Call it what it is.
yeah, geriatric crew. And the first 2 games I've seen them play this season, they can't match up, man. And these were California teams, out west. And maybe they'll get better, maybe they won't. But, it's a long season. 1 or 2 games is not going to define their season. So, if things starts to go a little sour really early, they might have to look at trading some pieces out. It just can't. I just don't see them making it if that's the trajectory that they're going on for a losing season. You're gonna have to set input something. You're gonna have to do something different from a personnel standpoint. But I think the Lakers make the playoffs this year. I just don't see a change.
I think the biggest thing that needs to happen in LA is accountability from top to bottom. Accountable for what you do on the court, accountable for what you do off the court, accountable for your conditioning and how you run this offense and how you run this defense. All that needs to be accounted for. Ham needs to hold all of them accountable for what they do. Go back to the Pat Riley days where he was on your case. Because even when Magic was there, Magic would tell you Pat Riley was on their case big time. There wasn't no let-ups. There wasn't no letdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We need to go back to that. If you're gonna get a championship in LA, we got to go back to that. Because other than that, they're gonna treat these guys soft.
Right.
We billionaires, we got money. You depend on us. Well, it's on you to win championships, and you the one they booing. And if you ain't winning no championships, I got to cut you. I got to let you go because I need somebody hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you guys this: Vice President Operations Rob Pelinka. As you all know, he got a new contract, got an extension. Do you all feel, do you all feel as if he's doing a good job with bringing the pieces into the Los Angeles Lakers organization to win a championship?
No, he sucks. Hate to say it, but he sucks. We haven't built quality since Bus left. And since the NBA logo left. We got to give back to old school Laker roots and go back to old school Laker ball. To do that, you got to have guys hungry that's wanting to win, that wants to play the whole game, not just offense. They want to play both sides of the ball because they know you got to get stops to get championships. So you got to have guys that's hungry to do both sides of the ball. If you don't have that, it's a recipe for disaster. You're spinning your wheels. If you don't want a championship, why are you in the league?
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple. It's that easy. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, Thomas? I'm gonna say this. Like Jones asked, how do we think he's doing as an owner? I mean, general manager. But look, my thing is he sent away a lot of those young pieces, man, that are doing great at their locations now. So he got an older team, and usually, if you got an older team, you ride till the wheels fall off, and then you start rebuilding. Well, they got 1 championship out of this with this roster, and won. So now, if it doesn't work out this year, and they are disappointing, and they don't make it into the playoff, now you're gonna have to rebuild, and it's gonna take you longer when you could have probably be somewhere established with these young guys, and you can make a run. But see, now the finished product is gonna take longer, man. It may be 5 or 6 years before we actually see a very good product on the court for the Lakers.
Keep this in mind. You brought up a real good point. The 1 year that they did win a championship, they were in the bubble. They win the championship. After you win this championship, you dismantle that team.
Mm-hmm.
So, in essence, okay, we won a championship, so what? I don't get that part. That's just like the Bulls with winning 6, and they got a chance to keep that team together, and all they got to do is hire Phil Jackson, and they say, no, we're going to kick Phil out, and they dismantle the Bulls, and then the Bulls ain't been right since.
Right. Yep.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles, man.
But
it starts at the top, and you got to bring in quality to get quality.
Right. But you know what though? With the Bulls, every year when the Bulls win a championship, right now, the general manager he definitely kept the two nucleus together, Pippen and Jordan, and he probably kept the third, which was maybe like a Dennis Rodman, but he even had Horace Grant. He flopped him out, but he kept the two nucleus together. And so you could always bring in any type center. I mean, not any type center, but he knew what type piece he could put around Jordan and Pippen and win another championship. I'm just wondering if the general manager for the Lakers think that, okay, I can bring anybody around LeBron James and I can win. I don't know if that was his philosophy when he dismantled that team after the bubble, thinking because, hey, that's LeBron, I can put any kind of piece around him and we're going to win another championship. So that didn't pan out.
I guarantee you this. With the roster they had in the bubble, I guarantee you Phil Jackson would have coached them a little better. They'd have been a little better spot with Phil Jackson coaching it. Guarantee you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just on coaching how they mesh their players and the message that they send to their players, top to bottom, to hold them accountable for what they do. Because I guarantee you, Phil held even Jordan and Pippen accountable for what they did on the floor.
Right. Hey, look at this too, Thomas. You know, so the Lakers, it's like they're not fixing or addressing their problem. They gonna go through, and I hope Ham stay. I hope they don't fire him. But they going through coaches like bottles of water.
Yep.
Not a good look either.
No.
Not a good look. But
I like what Ham brings to the table, though. I like what he brings to the table. I just gotta hope my players follow suit, top to bottom.
But if they don't have the pieces, that's the problem. That's the problem. The problem to me, if you ask me, guys, I believe it lies with the general manager. I think some bad moves have caused this Laker team to really just look horrible. And like Jones said, it may take 5 years before they recover from this. It starts at the top. I think they need some fresh blood in the GM position.
That could very well be the case. That could very well be the case. Anyhow, moving on to the next thing.
All right, fellas, let's talk some NFL, man. NFL. Let's talk some National Football League. Some NFL, man. We got some games, man, coming up on Sunday. Let's talk about them. I want to get your take on this, your predictions. Who do you think will win these games? Let's talk about the Browns and the Ravens. Who you guys liking in that one?
Must see TV. That's a divisional rivalry there. That I need that one. I need that one. What's funny is both of them is playing good football. They're in every game they play, and that's going to be a tight game. That's going to be a real tight game. I think Baltimore wins that game in a squeaker.
Yeah, I like Baltimore to win. Much of Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys on that one. How about the Buccaneers and the Panthers? Buccaneers, Panthers. What you guys liking in that one?
Tom Brady should have stayed in retirement. But Carolina just dealt away a key piece. I think Brady and company bounced back.
Right. I think, like you said, I think Tom Brady, after getting on his offensive lineman, we're gonna see how that works out during the game. But I think Tampa Bay just gonna be too much for Carolina. Carolina, they lost. Look, they fired a head coach. They've gotten rid of a key offensive piece. They still unstable at quarterback. Look for Tom Brady to feast on this.
Got Tampa Bay in that one too with you guys, fella. How about the Falcons and the Bengals? Falcons, Bengals.
I think the Bengals are waking up now. I'll take the Bengals in this one.
Tell you what, John, we were joking last week about Atlanta.
That part.
They get out and won. I'm riding with Atlanta this week.
Okay. I got the Bengals in that one. They at home, I'm gonna roll with them. Another one, Lions, Cowboys. Lions, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, I believe, will be back.
The return of Dak Prescott. We gonna see. We gonna see exactly what Dak is made of. We gonna see. Because don't get it twisted. Cooper Rush did his thing. He did his thing. But we're gonna see if Dak can do what he do. But I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this.
Right. I tell you what, man, it's gonna be interesting because the Lions they put up a lot of yardage in these games. You know, they might not win them all. So that's gonna be interesting to see them against the Cowboys defense. Look for Dak Prescott, man, to hand that ball off. And I think it's gonna be it may be a high scoring game. Who knows? But I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm rolling with the Cowboys as well. All right, how about the Giants and the Jaguars? New York Giants and the Jaguars.
Too much Saquon Barkley. I got the Giants in this one.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Giants as well.
I got the Giants too, fellas. My Packers. Well, they ain't been playing so good, but my Packers and the Commanders. Who you guys liking in that one? Packers and the Commanders.
If you don't win this game, if y'all don't win this game, I'm gonna be flat out of gas. I got the Packers winning this game.
Yeah, I got the Packers winning, but that division, the Giants, the Cowboys, and Washington, man, they starting to come back to life. You know what I mean? From the 80s and the 70s. So it's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna give Green Bay one more shot, like Thomas said.
Right, that's what I said too. I'm gonna give him one last shot.
After I'm going with the Packers too. Bro. This might be my last shot with it. Now I got to go with my team, but yeah, I think they'll win this one. The Colts and the Titans. Mike Jones is Tennessee Titans. Colts and Titans.
Mike Jones. If y'all don't get this done, he's gonna
have to retire the hat.
I got the Titans winning this one, man.
I tell you what, man, Matty Ice is starting to spin that ball a little bit better here recently. I think Indianapolis may have figured out something late in that game when they played the Titans before. I'm looking for the Colts to win this
one. Ooh.
Betting against the home team. Wow.
Man, this is a toss-up, but I'm going to roll with Mike Jones on this one. I think the Colts going to pull it off. All right, the Texans and the Raiders. Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Who you guys liking?
A battle of futility. Because the Raiders ain't done much and the Texans ain't done much either. But I like the Raiders in this one. It's a toss, but I'll take the Raiders in this one.
Man, I don't have my quarter. I was gonna flip. See, I'm gonna go with the Raiders, man.
I got the Raiders. I think they'll pull this one off. How about the Jets and the Broncos? Jets and Broncos.
Your boy has done nothing to impress me.
Yeah, Russell's having a hard time.
He did all that wolfing about, I got to get out of Seattle and make some money, making some money and getting killed. The Jets with it.
Yeah, man. Him and Sierra making them Subway commercials. I put
They need to win fresh. How about that?
Nah, man. I don't see Denver getting it done.
Hey, not too hard on my guy Russell, man, but I got the Jets in this one, man. Jets looking real good right now. All right, how about the Chiefs and the 49ers? This is going to be a good one. Chiefs and 49ers. That one's in San Francisco.
Kansas City in another war.
Yes, sir.
Yeesh. I think Mahomes has a bounce back game. I think the Chiefs get this done.
You said, so you guys said that game is in San Fran?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to roll with San Francisco on this
one. Woo. Man, this is a toss-up, man, but man, I just feel like that Mahomes just you can't bet against him. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs in this one.
That's
all right. How about the Seahawks and the Chargers? Seahawks and Chargers.
Actually, you know what? Geno has been playing real good. Geno been doing his thing. I think I'm gonna ride the wave and ride with Seattle.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ride with Seattle too. Geno is doing his thing. He's holding the fort down, man.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna go with the home team in this one. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. All right, how about Thomas Boykin Steelers and the Dolphins? And Tua's coming back. I heard Tua's coming back.
I tell you what, I am the upset specialist. I am going to say we stink again, but we going to beat the Dolphins. But we going to beat the Dolphins. We going to pull Tomlin's record back up to almost respectability.
Hey, I'm going to roll with you, Thomas, man. I'm liking Pittsburgh. Your boy, your rookie, he got knocked out the last game, didn't he?
Yeah.
So they're going back to
Trubisky, right? Trubisky, I think
it's going back to Trubisky.
Yeah. And man, for Tua's sake, I really don't want to see Tua back in a uniform this season.
Facts.
You know?
This ain't even about football. This is about his health.
Health, yeah. Exactly.
Fellas, I got the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins in that one.
Okay.
All right, our final game, the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. Who you guys liking? Chicago and New England?
Pats.
Yeah, okay.
I got the Pats in that one too, fellas. Well, fellas, it's been a good one. We've talked about it, and until the next time we talk about it, it's 234 Sports Talk. I'm your boy, Jeff Jones.
The upset specialist, Thomas Boykin. Like us on Twitter. Like us on TikTok. Subscribe. YouTube. Subscribe. Be a part. Get interactive. We looking for you.
Come on the road with your boys. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.